There are precious metals in electronics that can be safely removed and reused. This is one big business that the global community is looking at to solve the challenge of dumping of e-waste in Nigeria and in other African countries. Many see a possibility of creating vital economic solutions to the e-waste problem. There's a business case for recovering computers, mobile phones, televisions, and other gadgets. Experts also estimate that recycling 1 million mobile phones can recover about 24 kilograms of gold, 250 kilograms of silver, 9 kilograms of palladium, and more than 9,000 kilograms of copper.
The opportunity is enormous. Even e-waste collection itself can earn you money because there are people who recycle it. If you're just collecting and selling to those ones, you will make your money. If we get another Dangote who is passionate about helping Nigerians, he will establish recycling facility. I will make his money. People are talking about urban mining. What does that mean? Instead of going to the bush and sinking something on ground and so on, you can collect and start removing them, break them off into pieces, and, so, I have said, I want to make millionaires out of youths. Let them go into it in an organized manner, not the Nigerian quick money type of. Let them study it. They can even start small. For example, if it's just breaking up the computer and separate the plastic, separate this, separate that, they will make money.
Electronics, whether new or used, contain gold, silver, copper, and other precious metals. They can aggregate to a lot if their collection is approached as real-time business. This business model is being considered by some countries in Europe, where most of the e-waste emanates from. Experts believe it could be interesting to create packages that would transform what would cause health problems into good business to integrate those already stripping the e-waste here in Nigeria and elsewhere. Adrian is the managing director of Hinckley Associates. His company is currently working on providing e-waste solution in Nigeria.
A lot of people talk about the positive fractions, and there are positive fractions to electronics, sure. In electronic waste you can find precious metals, you can find gold, you can find palladium. So definitely they're there. It's about recovering them. And it's about recovering them in an environmentally friendly manner. And that's not what's been achieved now. For example, the reason why they incinerate a lot of these electronics is, for example, the wiring, the cabling, they're removing the plastic through incineration and then recovering the copper. Now it's the copper that they sell on for money. But it's that very process that's causing damage to the environment. So really, what we're trying to implement is a process where we're managing both the positive fractions and the negative fractions, which, to be honest with you, they can cancel each other out. The negative fractions can cancel out the positive fractions, so it's about getting a balance. But yes, for a recycler, there is an incentives there, but it's a very dirty business. There's a lot of investment, capital investment, and quite a long-term return on that project. So thankfully, we have a diversified company, and if we were purely relying on recycling, probably it'd be very difficult to be sustainable.
Sustainably look after e-waste.
Ruben works with HP, and his organization is a member of the E-Waste Solutions Alliance for Africa. The alliance was formed in 2011, and its members are Dell, HP, Nokia, Philips, and Reclaimed Appliances, with the intent to bring practical e-waste solutions to Africa. A critical role fulfilled by the alliance is the consultation with authorities on regulations to provide sustainable framework for e-waste management.
At this point in time, you've got almost pockets of some deliberation, pockets of some activity. You've got maybe some initiatives, some events being held by Nesria or maybe Etisalat, or HP is sponsoring a take-back event. But more than that is needed. An entire ecosystem is needed to make sure that we create that fair and level playing field from a producer point of view, to make sure that everybody that has a responsibility is participating in the system, in the collective system, and then to make sure that ultimately this entire system gets sold to to the consumers, to the end user out there, knowing what to expect, what is available for me, and also knowing what this system is doing for my country. So the education awareness component is very important, but so is the entire ecosystem. And we believe if it's only one or two components, it's just not sustainable. It's an event. It's a little bit of a hype, and then usually it dies down.
You know, we want to make sure that let the mindset change. You know, let there be change in our attitude, in our workplace, by the importer, by the exporter, you know, by the collector and the user. Let that mind change be there, that now, if I don't have a need for this, there's a proper way to get it going. And it's also building into the whole global concept of sustainable consumption and production. This year has been declared, from here to the next 10 years, the United Nations Decade on Sustainable Consumption and Production. What that means is to produce sustainably. What do I mean? We make sure when you produce any new product, the production process is environment friendly, and also the final product will have reasonable longevity, and also a situation where it can even become a raw material for another process. So the whole idea of cradle to grave is over. The concept now is cradle to cradle. I have used it to a level, I have finished with it. It could become the beginning of another process for another company or another user. So in that process, we are creating wealth, we are creating jobs, and at the same time, we are protecting and taking care of our environment.
Experts say a sound and comprehensive national e-waste management strategy is the key to eliminating or reducing to the barest minimum the adverse environment, social and economic effect of electronic waste in Nigeria. They also say attention should be channeled to a good and sustainable collection system, the establishment and strengthening of existing dismantling facilities, pre-processing, recycling and refurbishment standards, and financing mechanisms. There is gold in waste, literally. It takes a ton of ore to get 1 gram of gold, but you can get the same amount from recycling the materials in 41 mobile phones. And that is where urban mining plays a significant role. For those looking for investment opportunities, here is one for you. You can help mop up the e-waste around, make some money, and most importantly, help save the environment. That's our program for today. Thank you for being a part of it. Do send your comment or question to our inbox earthfile@channelstv.com. You can also view this program by visiting our website, channelstv.com/programs, and then click Earthfile. We hope to be back with you next week. From all of us here in Lagos, it's bye for now.